Lovebirds in springtime and spring garden, they're all just synonymous with the outdoor beauty that springs up. And I have hidden a lot of lovebirds in the spread. And if you would like to find out how many there are, stick around. What's up, everyone? This is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas, and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. If you know me, you know I had to bring in some spring birds, and I'm keeping my washi tapes from Live Love Posh handy because we are going to need some of that. And I also have these two sticker books which I might reach for, but for the most part, I will be using this fiction and florals, and I wanted to use that collection in addition to there are lots of gorgeous collections in here, and it is tough to decide which ones to pick. And this one is going to be the star for today. And we have 4 sheets with stickers in various sizes, so that is going to come in handy. So this is like a reading come spring garden, birds and soft florals, quite dainty a spread. And I have been wanting to use this, so I thought I might even give this collection a shot. But as you can imagine, it doesn't quite make the cut. So this is going to be my daily journal setup, and these would be the few additional pages I will be having for the month. And I will need a few more pages to finish off June, but I thought this would be a good 6 days worth of pages. And this is the last setup we have on here. And this is the start of June. So all of these videos are here if you want to check out the process. A simple memories and highlights of the month spread, followed by some slanted, adorable mice and gnomes garden spread. And since it's spring, I think I wanted to use more of those critters and creatures in the outdoors and in the garden. So that's why I'm just sticking to kind of the spring garden theme, but in a very different color palette. And I will get started, and I'm still deciding on what washi tapes to pick here. So let me know how your thought process goes in such cases. Where do you like to start? Do you just do some brainstorming, or do you just like a collection and just go straight from there, diving nose down, and then evolving process is what takes you forward? That's how usually I like to do it. And let's dive right in. And I have all my usual tools. They're mostly from Journal Say, and I'll have all that information in the description for you, so don't worry about it. And I do have a discount code for Journal Say. And these stickers are from Live Laugh Posh. And the journal is a B5 journal, which is one of the bigger sizes from Archer and Olive. And my code Priya10 can earn you 10% off at Archer and Olive, Live Love Posh, Planything, and a few other shops. And let's start with some very simple piles of books. And I'm going to do a horizontal Dutch door this time, if you haven't figured that out by now. So we are starting from the spine. And if you are somebody who likes to do horizontal Dutch doors, I have lots of ideas I've shared on my channel with different set of stickers and different methods of using the elements to create horizontal Dutch doors. And here you can see me try the different patterns. Some are solid washi tapes in summer, pattern washi tapes with the stripes vertically or horizontally. It is all, you have to try, right? You place them right next to each other and then decide on what you want to go with. Now that I look at it, maybe I should have gone for that very first vertical striped one, which is a bit more of a striking impact on the page, and as spread altogether, it would have made a difference. So now that we have the washi tape selected, let's get going. And I'm also trying a couple of other patterns which could have been used in place too, but no, I don't think the hexagon one was a good choice. So I'm back to this horizontal striped one. Very, very thin lines. So that's why it may not look as a lot when you look at it, but I think it just pulls the spread together perfectly. So I'm starting there, and I do not know yet which page I will be finishing the spread on. I like to see how the process evolves. And this again was towards the early part of June that I was doing this, so I did not know what I was looking at, but I was sure that I would be pretty close to the end of spring and the start of summer. So I wanted to bring in this collection without any further weight. And you can see how I'm using that gyro card and just keeping it very simple for the first page. And if you have not seen me do this style with the horizontal Dutch doors, this is how I like to do it. I like to tilt the journal a bit closer to me so that I don't have to poke my head in frame. And that usually helps, just a small tilt, and I should be able to see the part where I need to do the cutting, and I'm shifting to the smaller scissors to go close to the spine. And that's our first Dutch door, nice and simple. And using the washi cutter is always a good idea for straight edges. And this is going to be the back page. I like to either pick the same sticker if possible, or pick something in a similar shape. And I have a tutorial where I talk about how even total beginners can create Dutch doors like a pro. And with a few easy steps, I take away all the thought process or the planning behind it entirely, so you can dive into the Dutch doors effortlessly. So that is our back page. That's not bad. And next, let us see what I can bring in here. And yeah, I think that couch is perfect for that space, with some books and some cupcakes and some cozy reading. I think it would be perfect. And let me know if you have picked up the sticker book from Live Love Posh. When I last checked, it is very much in stock. And Live Love Posh, by the time you see this video, the rainbow collection and the junk journaling collection should be out. I'll have all the details regarding the release in the description so that you can check it out. I'm sure it has happened. I'm yet to figure out when this will go up on my channel, but it is very likely out there. The release is going to be June 14th, 1 p.m. Central, if I'm not mistaken. But again, all the updates will be in the description for you so that you can check it out. And Planything just had their subscription box that dropped, and Archer and Olive subscription box also dropped, and it was open to the new subscribers on June 5th, along with the sticker kit, which is stunning. And if you are in the journaling community, planning community, these are very popular brands. And if there is any other brand that you like to grab items from, please let me know as well, because I'm curious to hear about more brands and more shops and more small businesses that I'm sure I may not be aware of. And let me know if you prefer horizontal Dutch doors or vertical Dutch doors, and if there is any specific reason why you gravitate towards them. I'm curious to hear. And if you would like to see what spreads are coming up and what ideas I have up my sleeves, you might actually want to check out the membership options. I have all the information in the description, and that's a great way of supporting me. And you also get to have a lot of perks, including early access videos, lots of behind the scenes, and I also reach out to you if I ever am in a confusion or not sure of what to pick and how to proceed. You will be the first set of folks to know about it. And I have all that information in the description. It's similar to Patreon, but it's here on YouTube. And you can see how effortlessly that second Dutch door came together. And let's do that tilting again so that I can trim that piece of paper. And let me know if you would be interested in seeing another maybe organization ideas that I can share. And I had done my craft room tour a few months back, and I had shared lots of ideas that I use, different organizational techniques, and let me know if you have any additional questions regarding any of that, because I get asked about it a lot. And this is the back page, and let's get a similar or a symmetrical set of stickers for the back page so that we can just finish off that. And there are so many adorable stickers. Trust me, it was tough when I had to pick what elements went in the space. And once you start, you keep adding and adding, and you almost think that you will go with an additional page and you will go with an additional Dutch door. But at some point, you should decide to stop, right? And this is the fun part where you kind of match the shape to the size, and you pick the elements, because that couch was in a different, no, it's the same angle, so that's the issue, because a different or the opposite orientation would have been ideal, but not a big deal. Let's bring in some of those florals, and it will take off the blank white space at the top of the couch. And this is going to be the cute, dainty touches that the spread needs. And we will have the washi tape going all the way across. So you see how we kept the function to the bottom part. And I can totally understand if you feel that there is a lot of wasted space, but I think we can let go of some of that function, especially when you're trying to get creative in your journal. And let me know if you have been journaling or if you are a total beginner to the concept, or if you are a pro. If you have been journaling for a while, do you prefer the stickered up maximalist kind of approach, or do you go for just simple plain pen and paper and maybe a few doodles here and there, a few stickers, maybe add pictures, more like a memory keeping kind of situation? Please let me know. I'm curious to hear. And I love the layers that are forming here, and these have a lot of the amazing florals also, which could also come in handy, right? And I wanted to also see if I can bring in a couple of quotes, because there are not many quotes, and I do not want to bring in more colors because there is a page with a lot of different colors, and I thought the forest green or the bottle green will look good because it is again a shade of green, but I did not want it to actually be visible from the front, so that works out perfectly. And let's see, we'll have to switch it out for a smaller one because I want to have this Dutch door as well before we get to the last or the finishing pages. So let's see, we will actually have this set of florals going off, and I'm trying to kind of see where it would fit better. And I think that's okay, right? And let me know if you've been enjoying your outdoors, your garden, or have you been indoors stuck because of extreme heat or extreme cold. And I'm just curious to hear what weather is in your neck of the woods. So that's our third Dutch door. And yeah, that looks cute. And this will be the last of the Dutch doors before I get into the last page of the spread. And there goes our gyro cut, nice and smooth. And if you too want to cut like a pro, please check out this video I have shared here. And you will also master the tool. There is definitely a learning curve if you want to start using this, but before you know, you will be the expert. So don't worry about that being a steep learning curve. There is going to be some learning as with anything, and that is our soft dainty Dutch door coming together. And as promised, I will have more lovebirds coming, and I really want to have as many lovebirds in here as possible. So I just kept adding more towards the end because I want to finish with this page. And let me know in the comments if you can count how many there are at the end of the spread. And please let me know in the comments, and I can give you a correct number once it is all done. Just leave it in the comments or just DM me on Instagram. I can give you a yes or no, and then once everyone is done with their guessing, I can reveal the actual figure. And I wanted to go all the way across, and this should be our final page. And let's see, I definitely want to use some of those smaller florals again. And I'm trying to make sure there are no stickers leaning towards the spine because it just adds bulk, if you know what I mean. And I don't particularly fancy a chunky journal where I cannot write anything towards the end of the journal. So I like to keep it fairly simple with not too chunky that I can't even use the pages. Then what's the point of the journal, right? I think we should pick a smaller coat, and I think something in black. Maybe the font could be different, but I think we will pick something in black, something simple which can fit in that space. And I think that's perfect, you know. If we can lift some of those florals so that it can just sit there perfectly. And yeah, maybe is it straight? Yeah, maybe we should just scoot it a bit more down. Yeah, I think that's better. And yes, we will have more flowers. It's a soft, dainty spread, and I really love how this is coming together. And let's bring in the birds. Let's start. And I will be, yeah, that bird is just the correct spot to be peeking through from there. And I'm going to get started with the rightmost page, and I think that is just perfect there. If I can have that visible to the max, yeah, I don't want the birdie to be trimmed off. So let's have a couple of hanging artwork there. And I don't want the exact same thing to be repeated. And I will also have this garden strip, which will be perfect, you know, with that door and the birdhouse. I think that flower bed is going to be just perfect. Yeah, and it's not even visible, which is okay either way. And we do have a few other elements which are just perfect for the space, and maybe we should have it there just near the tree house. And we will have, yeah, just a tad bit peeking through from there. Not really visible, but just a bit. And we will have the next hanging one. So maybe we should reposition some of the, yeah, I think that's going to be better. And I will also have this is the Ritex 0.7 that I'm going to draw the string with, or the hanging thingy with. It could be the chain, it could be the string. And let's see, something else to fit that space right behind that book, the pages of peace. And let me know if you would like me to speed up the process further, or you would like to see the process in real time. But this is slightly sped up, not quite a lot. But I think this is a good speed if you want to follow the process, but also not want to sit through the entire process in real time. And using the scraps at the edges is always a good idea. And I'm going to finish off this washi on the left page just so that we can just call it a spread, because I would like for something to be visible on the other side as well, even when we turn the pages. So let's start there. And the birdie is definitely looking the same direction as the other birdie, but I think I'll have it at a different level, and I think that will help create that look I'm going for. And we will maybe have the hanging thingy there. So keep counting, the birds are coming. And this is going to be another soft springy theme, and this can go as a normal spring themed set, or it could be like a reading related one, just as you see here. But I think the colors are perfect for spring, and I wanted to use it before the end of the season. And this is the small elements that we can bring in. And let us see, what else can we have here? Maybe, yeah, I think that is going to be perfect. Yeah, maybe these guys can just scoot over and we will see where it can be placed. So let's first try and see where this big sticker can be relocated to. And this is going to be at the base. First, I need to lay that down straight. And I think that is good. And let's see. And that is good, perfect, right near the flower bed. And we will have the cupcake there. Maybe not. Let's bring in the cake stand, and maybe we'll move this book as well, because I wanted the layers to be fully visible, and it can sit right there. And we might, you know what, I think that should wait. And just putting it back at the exact spot. And we should be going for smaller elements because we will need those stacks of books which can look quite cute in the garden. And we also have this lantern which can sit right there, or should we just hang it right next to that house? And I think having the hanging lights at different levels is another feature I like to include. And let me know if you are counting the number of birds, or are you waiting for the final flip through to do a final head count. And these are the colorful quotes. And I think this one is okay, because especially since we have a lot more pink on the right pages, I think that quote in pink was useful. And let's also now bring in the sticker at an angle so that it can just peek from the side. And tell me this does not look like a proper spring garden. Even if you were to ignore all the layers and the Dutch doors behind there, it looks like a soft, dainty garden. Am I not right? And the spread was so fun to put together. Let me know if you had watched this video, and if you had, what your favorite creature in there was. And this is the scrap being put to use there. And what else? Maybe we can just bring it like so. Just a small touch of green right there. And let's add a couple more of the elements. And should we do that there? Yeah, I think that's a good spot. And I wanted to finish off this entire collection, but looks like that may not quite be possible. So we will try and use as much of the stickers as we possibly can without making it to look too cluttered. And we will have more stickers just in case we want to throw it in some other collections or some other spreads. That will very much be possible. And I'm bringing in a couple of those mugs and maybe a few floral clusters. Should we have that there? Without too much interference with the elements we already have going on, you know. And this is our birdie being moved. There. I know there will be a lot of birds looking to the right side because most of the stickers, I believe, have the birds oriented that way. And this is some more of those florals which you can bring. Maybe, yeah. I think those are finishing touches which are always quite what makes the spread. And just some smaller florals thrown here and there to complete it, and I think we should pretty much be done. And let me know how you are liking this, and please check out all the other videos I mentioned along with all the releases that are coming in June. There are going to be so many amazing drops, and again, if you are on a tight budget or you are on a no spend, do not worry, do not go shopping unless you have to. I'm not trying to pursue you to buy more. I'm just reminding you that there are releases happening, and if they are not your style, which is very likely because not everything is for everybody, so do not tell yourself that somebody else has bought it, so I should also be buying it. That's not how it is. And please make sure that you check out all the sales bins whenever you go shopping, because you may hit the jackpot sometimes. And I'm using the functional Inua sticker book to bring in the black with that soft pink, and that was from the functionally pastel sticker book. And all of those sticker books are very much in stock. When I last checked, at least at the time of the voiceover, that is the case. And you can do some simple clusters or bring in some floral element if you are keen on doing that, or if you have some other styles that you like to bring in on your planners. So here I'm bringing in that dark green box because we have a dark green coat on the right page. And between these 2-3 sticker books, I think it was good that I got the boxes I wanted. And not every page needs a box with every spread. So it is totally up to you if you skip the boxes entirely. And if you need functional boxes, Mojo Jojo Plans is another amazing store, another small business which comes out with amazing functional stickers. They just are going to have their restocks on some of the popular sticker books from the past, and the releases usually they're good for a few days, and there are some additional bundles that will be dropping. So again, I will have all that information in the description for you so that you can pick only the things that you are likely to use. And finishing off the last of the clusters with another birdie. And let us see, let's cut off that, not cut off, cut that already tiny sticker. At least we'll have one empty page on there. And let me know how you like this setup. And let's just round the corners here. And I have linked all the products I'm using, including the corner rounder. Everything should be in the description, if not in the pinned comment. And please come follow me on Instagram. I do share more spreads and more sneaks, even if they don't quite get YouTube videos. And please make sure you check out the releases patiently. Don't rush through it. Take your time and buy only what is needed. And let me know which collection from this book is your favorite. And if you are into reading, you might want to actually check out my reading journal setup. I have done it for a couple of years now. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.